Good morning. Many blessings. Hello, Chase. How are you today? So glad you came and sat with me. I've had an interesting morning in working on preparing not only the master class I have that's been going on for a number of years, but for the new one that's coming up. And I'm taken by the depth of words. I was reading a book by Master DK, and I just I'm not aware of how much people understand that where they want to get to. It takes a lot of study, a lot of study about the simplicity of words and truly what they mean, and about the process of intuition or sensitivity or any of those type of words. There's a multitude of what all these things mean and what they can bring to us. So good morning, Carol and Teresa Ford. So let me finish setting our energy and then we'll get back to our discussion. So I've already set the tube of light and the I am present surrounding and through everyone, and called forth from the great central sun, the Gautama Buddha and his protecting flame, blue flame, to go down around that tube of light for 4 inches out, preventing anything but love within the consciousness of who you are, and an additional boundary around our gathering. So we'll ask for Mother and Father to come sit deep within our hearts. And just take a breath and be a participant in that expression of God lives and breathes and exists deep within my heart. And we reach out and we're grateful to Metatron for the phylums of the angels and all the different ways they touch our lives. And as we call for their help, they are instantaneous in their response. And for instance, if you really think about it, it's miraculous how, by the use of our gifts, which are given freely, upon the showing of your ability to maintain them and to love and embrace them. And also we call on the Ascended Masters. Again, I see Melchizedek, which is someone that doesn't usually visit me unless I'm specifically working with the Ascended Masters. But, and I see Christ, and that who works through me is Jesus. Christ is the part of Jesus that came and overleafed him for the 3 years while he ministered. For he was born and raised as Jesus. The difference is the level of, like what I was speaking about earlier, the level of depth, of precision, of like the gift of intuition is much deeper. There's more needs for it to be deeper. Like DK was saying to me, he asked people to do things in their work and their study, and the question that he received was, how do I know you know what I'm doing? Why do I need to be conscious that there's someone waiting for me to complete that? And he said it is any thought placed into consciousness holds frequency, and he need only observe the frequency and knows exactly where on any certain issue any of us would be standing. So that in itself is quite a miraculous experience to have attained, that level of spontaneity in a moment and quicker than a breath. And he knows. He knows who you are, where you've been, where you're going, and why you're here. So let's see who else has arrived here today. Julie, thank you for coming, and Cavell. Glad to see everybody. So we're going to reach out to the universe, for I feel we're getting to where there are more coming from the universe of light, having more questions, more desire of understanding. And I'm going to say this in this way, and that may not be coming from their awareness, but a greater amicable friendship for those who are of light. So just contemplate what that might or might not mean to you. For the oneness we hold, all of us, is in the light of God, not in the definition of what form in this moment we hold ourselves. All right, so let's do our mantra. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. And take a breath. And let's breathe all those truths into your cellular experience, to every one of them. Owning that. So I was talking about, before a lot of you may have gotten here, sitting and reading this morning and being in awe of the depth of truly what, like, we think of ascension, and do we really know what ascension is? And that is a question that probably no one here does that I see here. And it's not a judgment. It's just that we have not been versed in that understanding. So one day we'll have all those answers. Here's our card for today, what we're going to talk about. I have faith in life. Now, good morning, Barbara. Good morning, Julie. Oh, you're coming down here. How is your faith in life? Perhaps you have faith in God and in Mother, but is there faith in life? Today I give myself to life. I live in the here and now without concern for tomorrow, because God is always near and will never fail me. And if any of you have a pen and pencil, perhaps you might want to write that down, because that is exactly where we need to be today. Today I give myself to life. I live in the here and now without concern for tomorrow, because God is always near and will never fail me and never let me fall. My faith surrounds me with light, no matter the circumstances. I let go, having faith that life will always provide what is the most beneficial for my soul. It's a very comforting feeling, which then brings us back. How many believe it? And that is what the journey is about, is things like these simple sayings, or believing that, number one, you can have faith, and believing that all those things are true if and when the time comes and you really need it. So, faith. How do we deepen it? Maybe that should be our question. And you know what it all is about? It's about choosing what you put your thoughts to. It isn't a miracle that can come and change your mind. Well, maybe it is, but it will be a miracle that happened from a thought process that engaged it. There is a choice to want to be free of the confines of fear, the restrictions of the how-to and what's right and what's wrong. We must remember that in the light of God, above the fifth dimension, there is no right or wrong. There just is. Because people who have reached that level of attainment don't have to be defined in that same way. They understand. You accept each moment for what it is. So, I give myself to life. That means that we are in acceptance for whatever comes. But also in that, it says that I live in the here and now without concern, because you are in control of your life by knowing that your thoughts are what are creating it, and your love of God is what is creating it. So this is a choice on how you use the power of the heart and the mind and your intuitive ability to work for you. If you are someone that is empowering fear and hesitation and all those type of things, then you're not going to be able to give yourself to life. You're going to be afraid of it. So I talk about protection, but Spirit brings me that information. Because you must protect yourself. There must be a loving understanding that in the world we live now, there are those who aren't anywhere near where we're thinking. Not because that's any of our fault, it's their choice. So in our choice to be free and to be at peace, we must allow God's light to protect us and to keep us safe. Which this states very clearly, He always will. So let's take a moment and let's call from the great central sun the 14th ray, which is the crystal clear light of God. And bring that down through your channel and begin to, as much as you can surrender, allow that to come out in and around through your aura, knowing it's so. I am alive. I am the light. I am free. I choose to be me. And if you can, if you've done that, you can feel your whole body calm and your heart rate slow down. And it begins to spin down through the feet and away, but leaving a resonance of pure surrender. I surrender. I have faith that God loves me and holds me in a perfected truth. And perhaps you can feel that energy swarming through the cellular experience all around you, bringing peace. You know, when we are initiated into the rays, the first ray, which isn't the first ray you're given, it's the seventh ray, which is the last ray, and it is of the violet flame. And let's remember what the violet flame does. It is protective. If you call in the violet flame, you have at your disposal, if you wish, 144,000 violet angels to surround your aura and to work with you for safety, prevention, whatever it might be, greater healing, health. And breathe. So now we've had the 14th ray, and now we have the violet flame coming in, reaching down below your feet, out about 14 feet, and up about 18 feet. It's that tall out and around you. and let it be so. And the more you sit and create this energy to remind yourself, the more you will believe that you can take it in a breath. In the moment of a breath, you can have it all be there. You know, there are many who still move and update their chakras every day. Well, it will come to where there will be no need for that because they will have become so in awareness of knowing how to present themselves in the world. And that is our goal. That is our goal. To become that level of intuitive that we know how we are meant to be in the world versus it having to be so challenging and so difficult. So first you must give yourself permission to let it be easy and be profound. We've been raised to think that easy can't possibly be valuable and worthwhile. And yet God is simple. I remind myself every time it comes before me that, oh, God is simple. Of course, that's the answer. Of course, that's the true message. That which is simple. We think it has to be masterful and words that can't be spoken or heard correctly and not know. And yet, wherever and whatever time experience you are in, there'll be a perfection in that which comes to you from God. For, like DK said, He will always know where you are, where on the scope of growth and development you are on this day. And when He reaches out to touch your heart or to take your hand, He knows exactly who you are, who you've been, where you've been, the heartache, the love, the forgiving, the sharing. He will know everything, for we become encyclopedias, you know. And did you know there's not one footstep that are like another? So it is never to waste your time wanting to be another, for it is impossible. For we are all unique. We are all us, as I am I and you are you. So it is. And it is the journey to find peace within yourself that you are who you are. So contemplating another is a separation and a betrayal to yourself. Yadabahishika. Mirrors are an interesting thing as they've been developed. And we can either love that which shines back at us within the mirror. We can look dead into the right eye and wait for the soul to show us. And if it doesn't appear, you must ask yourself, why not? What about the thought of the soul turns you away? And if you do see the soul, embrace it and be willing to let it share with you and show you who you are, who you've been. And yes, who you are to become. For we are all on the path of becoming. We always have been. It may be that each of us do not know when the become will happen. And that is a perfection, you know, when you can just accept the moment as it is and know that the next breath will be just the same and that your feet keep walking on that path that it began such a long, long time ago. And we understand the urgency to want to have it be now. But that can't happen if you haven't reached now, wherever that is in your future. So just breathe in and out, letting so many of the things I'm speaking go for you. Allow the third chakra to undo and unravel many cords of tightness and demanding upon itself. Things that have to be a certain way. Even in relationships outside of yourself. That twine, that back and forth, let it go. For the answer in that situation is acceptance. And the sooner you can first accept you, you have gained a lot of footage. And then when you can begin to understand it is about forgiving all, then you have gained even more. People only mirror us. And it is in our journey that we must begin to stand and do as Jesus requested, see the light in all souls. And in that he's saying to you, see the light in the self. For when you can see the light within you, and you understand that we are all one, then all others will be in that acceptance also. And the love will radiate from your heart beyond that which has ever been felt before. So as we move through this journey of becoming, we must have first things first. We must contemplate that first word, love. Well, what does it really mean? For we now understand the level that you each love today will become more and have greater depth than experience tomorrow. So forth and so on. And why is that? I say it is because it is growth. I say it is because we cannot stay still. God grows every day. And so as we are of him, we must continue to grow every day. And even once that the pinnacle of ascension has been reached, there is still shift and change, and more request of that which you can support and be and help in the world. So, falling down, you need only ask the light to support you with light around you so that the fall cannot happen. That you can have your body and your carriage become strong to lift you up and to breathe strongly walking forward. Moving your legs and your feet, having balance. There is no fear when you believe. And when you believe that there is no fear and that there is only love, then you have gained so much. I am grateful for the opportunity of speaking to you today. I am grateful, for I am Lady Nada. I am in charge of the karmic board. I see many instances of those who come and who have expressed karma in not such a loving, harmonious way. And this is why we have granted long ago Saint Germain the use of the violet flame to begin to blaze those mountains and waves of distortion between individuals and countries. So what you can do for the earth right now is blaze the earth with the violet flame. Blaze it deeply and thoroughly so that it will see the love within the self, each and every country, each and every spark of the earth and of the trees and the animals and the humans, so that there can once again be freedom. Freedom to choose, freedom to breathe, freedom to know God lives within all souls who are open and willing to receive that truth. And in that there will be choice. So I am grateful not only to speak to those who are so attentive, but to be able to speak truth, perhaps before you will ever need to come see me for other reasons. Yes, there are those who do not understand. And it is in this place too, you as I must learn to love and have understanding. But we know as they are taught their lesson and spoken to them, that they are a choice to choose differently. They are a choice to choose differently. And this I say to each of you. You are a choice and can choose differently. How you choose to allow your love to grow and to survive. Look at your bodies and what part of it do you really love? And what part of it have you decided to forget and pay not attention to it? Whether it could possibly be how you eat, or how you take upon the air, or how you walk. Let it be all purposeful for health and wealth to come and be part in the demonstration of all that is in your consciousness. May there be peace. May there once again, from those like yourselves upon this earth, have the capacity through intuition and discovery to bring peace upon earth. It has been a while for this to be existed in the same way, but there is nowhere within me that there is a doubt. You must ask yourself that. Do you doubt that possibility? And if the answer is no, then excellent. Put your energy to it. Put your heart and your thoughts to it. Put your life to it. Dedicate it. Even if it's 1 minute a day. You do not understand perhaps yet that even 1 minute makes differences. 2, yes, makes more. So I'm seeing the animal kingdom show themselves to me. And they are in gratitude for the comfort and love they're given. But this too, let it be expressed out around the earth and into the universe, for there are animals who are not cared for. There are animals who are not fed. And they don't ask for it to come without their participation. They will participate when given the opportunity. And now I see the snake kingdom come before me. And it is a masterful cobra who comes and stands in front of me. And he's saying to you, do not be afraid of me. For your friend the Buddha had no opinion of me. He allowed me. Contemplate these words. He allowed the cobra to cover him in the rain. He allowed. We must learn to allow others to be that which they are, for it is their consequence on how they live. It need not be yours. And lastly, the cobra says he wishes there be no fear for you. For this cobra sits in no fear. There is, again, in his kind, a fear of human and humanity. But may we know that we are to abolish it all of it, to truly be free. And that brings a level of trust that perhaps you have not been yet aware of. So, yes, may it be so. Maybe let's let this life, or we surrender to life, to the beauty and the wonderment of life, the magic of the magician of God, to have love that heals all wounds, that deepens all hearts in the space around the heart and the mind, that creates those miracles, and that knows from the time a soul is born, for that is why there is such a thing as a blueprint, and where you are meant to go and to be and to do. So it is time for me to wish you many blessings. And like I had said, my name is Lady Donna. I work with you with healing. You may always call on me as needed. Many blessings and wondrous love to all of you. Well, Angel Wings, you may be late, but you can always watch it again. And I'm sure you will love it. Are there any questions from those who did listen? Lady Nada is a very powerful being. She carries a bouquet of pink roses always with her. If any of you happen to see pink, Marty says thumbs up. Yes, everyone can remember to hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed our conversation today. Having faith in life. May it be so. There will come a day when we will remember when it was quiet, and there was the few of us who could together sit in quiet and feel Heavenly Father within us and love Him. For there is always change, and all things are always purposeful, and how they seem. I picked up my Chrysicola, for I was going to sing a Let me see if that's how they want to end today. Many blessings. Okay, Julie Johnson, thank you. Barbara, no questions but gratitude to Lady Nada for her beautiful message and a reminder of the power of the violet flame and how we can use it for healing the planet. Thank you all. I'll have a good weekend. And yes, it's Mother's Day. I forgot to tell you, my daughter is coming in as a surprise for Mother's Day. How do you like that? So, as far as I know right now, I will still do my shows on. She's going to be here 4 days, but I will still be here. So, have a wonderful Mother's Day to those who have been so blessed to be able to give breath and life to another soul. And much love for all that you give. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Many blessings.